universe of beer and music.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hope you enjoy. If you like the vibe, please subscribe. I stole that. I completely stole that. LFR family, Van Hall. Sorry, I did steal that from you. Link down below in the description. LFR family, really good stuff. Wide-ranging stuff, but really good YouTuber. So, what are we looking at tonight? Tonight, we're moving away from the hazies, going traditional with a little tiny theme. Not really a twist, more a theme. What we're looking at tonight is a beer from Trillium Brewing out of Canton, Massachusetts, Boston area. This is a straight up lager called Level Playing Field, but it does have a little story. This is the 2023 version of Level Playing Field. What they do is each year they craft a female driven brew to honor Women's History Month and release it. This was the beer from 2023. It is an American lager, which means it's likely going to be very easy drinking. It comes in at 4.9%, and they describe it as a crisp, clean drinking lager with a touch of Nelson Sauvin hops. If you remember from prior episodes and the hops beer short, Nelson Sauvin is a type of New Zealand hop, which is New Zealand hops are have become very popular in the brewing industry. This presents a bright straw yellow with nuanced aromas shifting from biscuity grain character to subtle lime zest, light-bodied with a gentle bitterness and delicate sweetness is their description. What I'm expecting is something very much along those lines. Yes, the macros that everybody knows are American lagers. The ones that aren't are American light lagers. But this is craft, so let's hold it up to a higher standard, shall we? Let's take a look. Well, another wonderful milk pour. My apologies. I already talked about milk pour, so I can't vamp on that. There will be a couple Easter eggs in this episode, so be sure to scroll down through the description. I should describe this glass. I'll do a beer short. I've been asked to do a beer short on beer glassware because there are reasons in the madness that seems to be the wide array of glasses you might get served beer in. This particular glass is called a Stang glass. It is used for German lagers, Kolsch's in particular. It's designed to produce and keep a very thick head and focus the volatiles, focus the aromas coming out so that you can experience them more when you're drinking the beer. But like I said, this is a American lager. They said a bright straw yellow. I would say pale yellow. Pretty clear, as you can see. Lots of carbonation activity. I don't know if you can really see too well in the shot. Not really, but take my word for it. There's there you can kind of see where my hand is. You can see the bubbles come up. There's a lot of carbonation activity. Very rocky, persistent white head. You can even see good lacing already around the back it up a little bit so you can see lacing around the top of the glass. That's always a good sign of a healthy head, healthy foam. Yeah, smells what you would expect from a lager. Has a good lager aroma. I get a little bit of citrus. What do they say? What, lime zest? Yeah, I can call it lime zest. Definitely a citrus zest on the top of the aromas. Get some earthiness from the hops also. I don't know what else they used in addition to Nelson Sauvin, but I'm betting it's probably a noble or noble adjacent hop. As far as malts go, pretty light, maybe like a crackery, biscuity malt character to it. Little different on the palate than one would expect from a straight American lager. Perhaps it's the Nelson Sauvin hops. Definitely getting some of that tropical fruit coming through. Not very uh, prominent. Definitely a subtle tropical fruit. Some sweetness. And the bitterness on the back end, moderately dry finish, and the bitterness on the back end is somewhere between spicy and herbal, I'd say. Pretty refreshing. Not a bad beer at all. So obviously, I've got to go with a female artist to go with this beer that celebrates women. And I'll admit, I had a little trouble. I wanted to go with something somewhat laid back, but newer. I've done a few episodes now where we've gone pretty far back, and I didn't want to go, I didn't want to go pre-turn of the century on you guys again. So there was a lot of digging, and sadly, I have to admit that between 2000 and today, the majority of popular music put out by popular women artists sounds the same. Very, I mean, it all sounded the same, except for a few standouts. But I dug deep and I found someone I previously hadn't really known about. I think I heard one of her songs in passing. She's pretty new, and I actually think this song pairs well with this beer beyond the superficial fact that it's a beer celebrating women, and this is a female artist. I think the song has a nice combination of laid back, rock out, and some complexity to it, which really appealed to me. And I like it with this beer because this beer has some subtle complexity to it also. So let's check it out. Hope you enjoy. All right, let's check this out.
There's something about it that I can't explain. There's something about it. Is it his face or his name? He keeps me wondering about the world inside. There's something about it just can't hide. Midnight walking with my man and my child. We've been talking about the past for a while, and I've been thinking about 'em every day. This memory of him, no, it won't go away. This memory of him, no, it won't go away.
So, that was Bryn Elliott. What did you guys think? I thought it was pretty interesting. I think it's a great song. I really liked the fact that it was performed live, recorded live, but she started a cappella back in the dressing room, and you don't really know what's going on. The clever ones of you that could read the print at the top of the screen that said Bryn Elliott, Time of Our Lives, live from the Troubadour, probably knew. But I really enjoyed that little subtle surprise. I think it pairs well with the subtle surprise in the hops of the level playing field. It's a good beer. It's a really good beer. You see what I mean about the lacing? Look at that lacing as I'm finishing that glass. That's a sign of a good lager. Good lager will leave lacing. A good lager will have a good persistence to the head on the beer. And that was a great song. I really enjoyed it. You should check out some of her other stuff. There'll be a link below, not only for that particular video, but a link to her page so you can check out some of her other stuff. She's relatively new, upcoming, very interesting music, in my opinion. So, what did you think? Did you like it? Definitely comment. Drop something down there to let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling about this episode, that song, this beer, the pairing of the two, something else you would like to see. But give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. If you like what's going on here and you want to see more stuff from me, subscribe. Hit that notification bell because I have new content coming out weekly, at the minimum weekly. And feel free to share. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little foray into the twisting planes of existence in the worlds of beer and music. Join me again next week. Check out some of my other stuff. Till then, happy drinking.